All right, welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. I'm Wyatt.
Justin?
I've been gone past few reviews. I was over in Poland. Beautiful country. Definitely recommend visiting. But anyway, it's good to be back. Today we're taking a look at the Cuba Libre. Cuba Libre.
Cuba Libre, yeah.
Cuba Libre.
Something
And
like that.
Something like that. One of the two. I'm still a little bit jet lagged, so if I'm a little loopy here, that's why. Looks like a good stick, box pressed. This is a Habano wrapper.
I'm not 100% sure, but we'll look it up and put it, in the credits for the video. But
Right.
I'm not 100% sure what the.
Right, definitely a light colored stick. Looks like good construction. I can see the seams, but they look good. Cap looks good. Let's see. I'm picking up kind of a weird scent on the aroma. It's
Very musky.
very musky. Yeah, it's definitely got a bite to it. And I'm gonna see if I pick that up in the taste of the cigar. But yeah, Justin's right. It's definitely musky and it's got sort of a bite to it. What do you get?
Yeah, that's just it. Mostly just a nice musky sense to it. Very, I guess you say maybe natural, earthy, maybe. But if I had to put a name, it's musky. So not that it's bad, just something a little different. Let's get it cut up and toasted up. Actually. It has been recommended to me to toast before I cut. As you notice in one of our reviews, Jorge did that. So thought I would try it out and see how it goes.
Ooh, not a very good taste on the initial puff. Sort of a acidic taste on the finish. I was not expecting that taste. I guess that might be the bite that I was talking about earlier in the aroma. How about you?
Well,
Yeah, mellow it out a little bit.
I don't get really any harsh bite. Just kind of like a natural tobacco. Not really rich in flavor. I would definitely say maybe mild to medium in body. I'm not getting a lot of flavor off of it. Just like a nice natural tobacco, but it's not really pronounced. It's just kind of there. Strength again. It's the pre-light, or the light, so you don't really get a lot of know about strength. But I'd probably say probably mild to medium as well. I'm not getting a lot off, just like a natural tobacco, and it's not really that apparent. It's very mild flavors.
Yeah, it sort of tastes like a cigarette to me. Might not be a bad thing.
Cigarettes have tobacco in them.
Yeah. Not a very long-lasting finish, but yeah, we'll get into the first third and tell you what we think. All right, well, welcome back. We're about 10 minutes in, about an inch down on this Cuba Libre. I haven't noticed a lot of flavor changes so far. It's just kind of that general sweet tobacco sort of flavor. There's a little something there, and it's a little peppery. I thought there was a little bit of mint in there. But so far, it's a smokable cigar. I'm definitely going to be able to smoke the rest of this, but it's not what I was expecting. It's just kind of a very one-note, dry, uninteresting cigar. And I feel bad. Justin bought these, and I never do this, but I don't know. I'm really hoping that it picks up as I get into the halfway point. How about you?
I agree. It's not, the most complex. I just get kind of that natural tobacco. I wouldn't even say sweet tobacco for me. Just a natural tobacco taste and a bit of like a dry cedar, and that all goes into a relatively short finish. It's a little clean for me, but it goes into like a spice. And I would have said straight pepper, but Wyatt's right. There's something else playing a role there. I don't know if it's mint, but it's so just I just call it general spice, and that kind of is the only thing I'm picking up off of it. It is kind of very simple, but it is leaps and bounds better than the A Tarrant that me and Jorge did.
I'm glad I missed that one.
It is leaps and bounds better. It is very simple, and they aren't the most impressive flavors, but they're pretty decent. It's definitely still mild to medium in body and mild to medium in strength. Not a whole lot going on with it, but what is there is relatively pleasant.
Yeah, construction has been great.
I got a
no
little
touch-ups.
bit of an off burn, but nothing that needs a touch up. It's maybe a quarter of an inch off at best. So far it's performing very well, and I hope it does pick up in a bit of complexity, and we'll see. So let's get into the second third.
All right, welcome back. We're about halfway through this Cuba Libre. Again, not a lot of flavor shifts. It's getting a little bit more acidic to me. That first puff that I had is kind of slowly seeping back in. So far, I haven't been really impressed with this cigar, but we got them for cheap, and they're definitely smokable. I would probably pair something like this with the golf course, or if you're going out with friends or something, and you don't really want to focus on your cigar. Like I said, it's just sort of a imminently smokable, good stick, but not something that you want to pair with your best drink, or if you really want to focus on your cigar. But what do you think?
Yeah, I could agree. Construction's been fine. My burns are getting a little wonkier as we go. It's now about a half inch apart, but I'll probably touch up here in a minute. For me, flavors have not really changed. That dry cedar it's really coming in. Just the natural tobacco, kind of really uneventful, but not horribly bad. It does have a nice little spicy finish still for me, but not a predominant flavor, or I shouldn't say predominant, not pronounced flavors. I mean, you really gotta look for them in a sense, because they're not really, really foremost or on the forefront of your palate. It's really subtle. So that's a little bit disappointing. But I mean, it's a good, decent stick. Like Wyatt said, I wouldn't pair this with any scotches of high dollar, maybe your Glens or your Cutty Sarks. It's decent with a morning cup of coffee, I would think, though, because it's very, very simple, very, it's just a decent, simple cigar. I wouldn't do this as a special occasion. This would be more like an everyday smoke. I'm trying to say more than what it is, but it's just a simple, everyday cigar. And
not a lot going on.
Yeah, and it's not to say it's a bad stick. It's just not a super premium, high-end, complex stick. If you had a few of these in your humidor, I would just simply say they're your everyday, when you're doing something else, stick. But well, let's get into the final third. See how it develops.
Well, welcome back. We're at the final third of this Cuba Libre. Not a very interesting cigar, like I was saying. I got a lot of that kind of acidic taste, especially in the finish. On a scale of 1 to 5, I know I've
1 to 5, huh?
yeah, 1 to 5, yeah. Our scale of 1 to 10. I've talked before about how 5 is definitely my smokable area. 5 and up is good, and I rate this one like a 5.3. It's smokable, and it's got just enough flavors that it keeps me interested enough that I keep smoking. But if I saw this particular stick at a cigar lounge or something, I don't think I would get it. But if somebody offers you one, or if you come across a great deal, they're worth picking up. But yeah, other than that, construction has been fine. I've never had any problems with construction. Burn has always been fine. Draw has always been fine. But yeah, just not a particularly memorable cigar for me. But not bad either. Justin?
Yeah, it's just very, as I said before in the second third, I want to talk more about the cigar than what it really is, but it's just a simple, very simple, not very complex cigar. It's, the flavors aren't horrible. I never really got that acidic flavor I got mostly just like a natural tobacco. And saying it's like smoking a cigarette, it is similar because it's just a natural tobacco taste. There's a bit of dry wood that comes into it and a nice little spice in it. And that's what I got throughout the whole cigar. Those flavors aren't very pronounced. They're just barely there, but they're enough to keep you to smoke it to the end. It's not something you want to put out halfway through. And again, I will reiterate, you do not want to smoke this with something high-end or for a special occasion, because that's not really what this cigar is. This is a very simple cigar. This is something you do everyday cigar, something, you know, just starts your morning. It's not, it would be something very pleasant in the morning.
Sort of a task cigar.
Yeah, it kind of, you know, keeps you focused on something else, so to speak. As our friend Steve likes to say, it's great for mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Or, and I say that with a half joke, but it is true. It is true.
Yeah.
It's something that you would want to, you know, if you're out working, doing the, you know, raking leaves, or in the yard, you know, it's very simple stick that...
Cleaning a hotel room.
Yeah. Very, very simple, but very pleasant, and not bad. If I was going to rate it, I'd give it a little higher. I'd give it a 5.5 because, you know, for me, I never had too many construction issues. I had a little bit of a burn problem, but nothing crazy. It is mild to medium in body and mild to medium in strength, and probably closer to the mild side. Nothing really jumps up and says, here I am. But I think we got them for around $1.50 a stick, so if you can find them for $1.50, I think I got them on Sprint sale or Cigar Bit, one of them. Anyway, if you can get them for that, it's worth a pickup because, you know, you can always give them to your friends when they come over one night. You don't want to give away all your great cigars, or if you're just working outside. So, yeah, 5.5. So, with conclusions, I'll say, please, if you like our videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. But until then, smoke them if you got them.